Okay, I know it is not nighttime, but I'm gonna show you what they look like before I do the HIDs on it. This is what they look like. So that's what they look like before HIDs. Sorry it was not at nighttime, but it'd be alright. Yeah, I'll get the point. So hey there guys, it's me again, about to show you what the HIDs and the halogen look like. So just bear with me a second. I'll be showing you the difference between the two. So just give me 1 second. So for you guys to see what the difference between the HIDs and the halogen, well, them people out there making these are pretty making it almost the same height, if not even less. So this is going to be your halogen, and then of course the one on the right is your HID. He's still on the with the rubber plastic on it, because I'm about to install it. So I just want to show you what it look like. Of course, the little fasteners right there on the side are not going to be the same, but they're still going to have some right there. But this is what they look like. The halogen, actually, it's a little bit bigger because of the tip, so don't worry, you're not going to break your HID. So as y'all can see, it's almost identical. The little end of it is in the inside, so as well as it, they're the same, if not a little bit less on height or length, however you want to measure that. But just want to show you that before I install it, so keep watching for the rest of the video. Okay guys, I have installed the left side headlight, so I'm going to show you what the difference between the two of them. You will see that it's going to take a little bit to power it up, but after it gets powered on and warmed up, it's pretty good, so just bear with me. So as you can see, still give that blue finish, so it's not pure white like everybody says and claims on the 5000, but it is a little bit brighter. Well, more than a little bit, but as you can tell from the finish of halogen on the right and HID on the left. So this to show you and give you an idea of what it looks like on the daytime. At nighttime, of course, will be different, but actually the phone that I'm using is not actually giving you the true brightness of it. Right now I'm looking at it as you're looking at it, and I can't even stare at it. I'm actually looking at it from the camera instead because it's pretty bright. So that's what it looks like. Gives it that blue finish at 5000. So if you're looking for that pure white, 5000 might be the one, but it has a little bit of blue, not much at all. But at nighttime probably will be different. But if you're looking for that pure white, choose between the 43 or the 5000K. If you want a little bit more blue, do the 6. 6 might look like an 8. Just in case this one is a 5, so it looks like a 6. So Anyways, just wanted to show you the difference between the two, so stay tuned and you will see both of them in action. Now we are about to work on the other side. Since that side over there is done, we're going to work on this side. I'll show you how to take it off. Make sure you get the right one. This is going to be the one closest to the fender. On each side, closest to the fender, that's your bulb you're going to take out. Not sure if you can see it. It's that green one right there. Don't worry about that. So you're going to turn towards you. So you're going to turn left on this one. Pull it out. This is your halogen. You're going to make sure this right here is pulled out. And then you can press the little piece right here. Push and press. And then you're going to pull that at the same time. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to have you guys situated. Show you. So you're gonna push that red bar right there and push it down. Then you're gonna press it and hold that, and then you're gonna pull at the same time. Right after you do that, you can wiggle it a little bit if you haven't changed your bulbs or never checked it out. See, I was fighting it, but I didn't pull it all the way. Make sure you hear it click. If not, you're going to be doing this like me and you're going to break it. So make sure you pull hard as you can and it's going to have a click. So now that you click, it pops out just like that. So this is how you're going to pull it out and pull your bulb out. See, it has a little piece right there that holds it in place. Like I said, you're going to be fighting it just like I did if you didn't pull all the way out that little rib piece. Seen it right there. Make sure you pull it out and you hear a click. I'm going to show you in a second how to put your HID. I'm going to be reusing my rubber piece right here because I just kind of like have a better feel of it than the one that came with. So I'm going to show you the one that came with. I don't kind of like it at all. So I'm going to be reusing mine. As you can tell, it's flat. I have removed the rubber piece on the stock one. As you can tell, it has little markings and stuff, kind of. So this is what that one looks like. That's what the other one looks like. It is a little bit thicker. Not by much. The aftermarket is just flat, and the stock one has little markings and kind of like, you know, makes it look like, you know, it's gonna be tight and nothing's gonna get in, you know. So I'm just gonna clean mine off and reuse it and put it on the HID. So now that we have done the switch on the rubber piece, I have also switched and put on some gloves on my right hand since I'm gonna be using my right hand. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna install the other side HID bulb. For right now, I'm taking the plastic off of it. So this is what the HID looks like, just like that. So if you compare it, it's gonna be shorter on length or height, however you want to measure it. So we're gonna install this. You're gonna want to align the little posts right there. Right here it has three, just like the stock. You want to align those with the headlight assembly first. As soon as you can squeeze it in and it's in there and it's tight, make sure you might gonna have to push it in a little bit hard. Just make sure don't push too hard, you might break it inside of the headlight assembly. So that one over there on that side, I had to do that. I had to do a little bit push and it squished in there, and then all I did was just turn to the right and that was it. So let's see, make sure nothing touches. touches the, I don't know if you can see, you see those little slots. There's three, one on the bottom, one on the side, and then one on the top. So we're going to align ours like so. So just like this, after you get it in, you have to, if you can't get it in all the way in without a little push, just turn it around and try a different hole and you'll get it in. Sometimes they don't want to get in, so all you gotta do is just kind of pull it out a little bit, turn it clockwise or counterclockwise, however you want to turn it, and then find one that fits, because you will just go in. If you're in there kind of crooked, upside up or whatever, and you still have a little gap, just try a different slot, so it will eventually go in with no problems. So just like that, this is what it's going to look like when it's inside. Let's see if I can get you. It's going to be a little bit dark, but it's going to look like something like that right there. So that's pretty much it on this side. And then all you do is just turn it to the right. Turn it to the right. Make sure it's tight. So it's tight, so we're good to go. You will not be using, if you get this a similar one like mine, you will not be using this one at all. You only use this one, so I'm not sure why. I believe it's got to do something with the relay harness, so I'm gonna be covering this one up somehow and just hide it. So anyways, we'll show you also, now that I'm right here, to how to plug in your little cables. So this one is coming off the ballast. It's the black one. Has two cables coming out of it. So grab your relay. Right there. Those are the cables that are going to be going this to the car, which I'm going to be using the existing ground right there. Just to tell you guys that right there, it uses a 10mm. Okay, it uses 10mm for you to take it out. As you can see, I have used the one over here too, and took it out. So also, if you're really picky and OCD about the paint on your nuts on your car, it will scratch it. So if you have similar paint for your car or whatever, you want to retouch your screws, so be it. I'm not that picky into that. Maybe if it was an actual old school classic, but I'll be removing that one and then using the existing ground for this. It has a ground for each side. This won't be going to the red spot right here. The red cable will be going right there. So that one right there goes to the red one. And then this one, your bulb has three cables. So the one right here, like that one coming off your relay, hooks up to that one on your bulb. The other two hook up to your black cable of your ballast. So, and that's it. So like I was saying, this cable right here hooks up to that, to the one coming off your bulb, the little rectangle one. You slide it in, make sure you put it in correctly. Snaps in there. Then the other two will be going to your cables over there. So you will graph the opposite look of this one. Make sure you plug it in right with the little pointy thing towards that. So you align it and it clicks. Now you can't see the other one, but it's the same thing, just the opposite, and it clips. So I have mine routed underneath the intake, but I will be zip tying it along the bar right there, the metal bar right here. And then what you do now is you grab this one and then you grab, I can't find it, where's that? Should be over here, the red one, and you find the point clip right there. You align it with the clip right here. Sneak it in. Sure it's all the way in, and that's it for that. And well, I don't think you need to know how this one comes off. So, anyways, that's pretty much it. Just grab it. It's gonna be tight. It's never been out since it's been made, the manufacturer, so it's gonna be a little bit tight. So make sure you're there. It goes, and it's ready to come out. So after doing the last few turns, it's gonna come out by hand. That's what it looks like, and that's, like I said, if you're picky about paint, it's gonna come out like that. So you can paint that or whatever if you want to. So now we're going to put it in the ground and grab it, the nut again. You're gonna put it in, tight it by hand, and then grab your tool. So just go the opposite. So I got it finished, both sides plugged in. All I have to do is just zip tie the wire coming from each side, making sure everything's tight. So, and I will show you after the lights how everything is routed and everything. So I'll put you guys down. So that's what it looks like. Starting off, both lights, HIDs, as you can see. And I should let it warm up. They're on for a little bit to truly show you the actual color and light of them. So, hope you like it. We'll be making a few videos of how it looks like at night and tell you what I think about it. But for the moment, kind of like it. Yeah, some of you out there hating on halogen, doing HIDs, whatever. But for the moment, I like it. Later, maybe I'll change my lights and put the projector light style and use the same HIDs I have. But just for you people out there that don't have money to put projector lights on your SXTs, SEs, Challengers, I can want to say Chargers too, but not quite sure if the lights will be the same. But the plug-in and doing all the work on the harnesses and stuff should be the same. So these are the duals by Xenons, low beams and high beams. So I'll show you to truly test them out. So this is the low beams. So I'm going to show you the high beams. That right there is supposed to be the high beams. They do look brighter, but anyways, I'll go ahead and turn them off. As you guys heard, the bulb moving. Kind of has like a push movement on the bulb when I grabbed it before I took off the little plastic. I have accidentally touched the tip of it and it kind of pushed in, so I'm guessing that's that high beam, low beam. I guess it pushes in for low or vice versa for high, whatever it does, however they work. So I guess when you use the high beams, I guess they push in and give you a brighter vision. But anyways, that's what it is. I'm gonna show you everything I used. Of course, 2 pair of gloves, 1 for each hand. Don't want to use the same. So I did have to get me some zip ties. Make sure, guys, you have your zip ties and all your equipment that you need before you start this. So, because sometimes some kits say they come with zip ties, they come with hardware mounting brackets and screws or whatever. Being an aftermarket, sometimes they do, sometimes they come with all this stuff that they got and then say they will come. So anyways, I'm going to show you where my power is. It's right here, the one that I use for the relay. It's plugged in down there. I took it out. That one uses for you to take that off and put the right power cable for your relay. It uses a 13mm. That's tight as you can not imagine how tight that was. So you are going to have to hold this right here because it's going to move the opposite way you're going. So if you're going to unscrew it that way, that right there is going to move that way. So make sure you hold that while you're removing that nut. So anyways, that's a 13mm. Your ground screws right there on the bottom are going to be, like I said, the 10mm one, which is over here. So that's the 10mm one for your ground nut right there. We're going to get a little cover to cover all these cables and stuff, but for right now it's going to stay like that. The little mounting holes that I use for the ballast, there's one right here, right on next to the screw and bolt right here. It's right there. Not able to get a bolt and a nut in there. It's really tight. I almost cut my hand going down here, so do not recommend that. Now if you want to do that and you don't want to use a zip tie, you can tuck your bumper off and then get back there, but I use the zip tie, so I'm going to make sure it stays there, don't move there. We'll be cutting this off, of course. The cables are sitting right there. There's the one I showed you where the harness of the car to the relay harness goes in. There's all the cables down there. We'll be tucking it in underneath the fender. This right here, down there, there's a little hole, so I'll be tucking it in. I try to use a screw and a nut here. Didn't work out, so it's going to be zip tied here unless I'm able to screw it in. There's a little bracket right here on your car on the fender, so that's where I got my relay mounting to, but I will be fixing that with a zip tie instead, since wasn't able to get it in. But if you guys are able to get screws and nuts, happy for you. But if you can't get screws and nuts, you're tight on money, don't have any laying around, you know, I had some laying around, I can't find them, so that's why I'm using the zip ties instead. I have plenty of zip ties laying around everywhere. So if you have zip ties instead, just like me, use zip ties. Just make sure you use the zip tie real tight. And the harness of the relay that goes to the other side will be going underneath here, right there. So I'll be finding a way to zip tie right there through the entire, what you call it, bracket or brace, whatever you want to call it. So anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. I know it took a little bit longer than expected. Time wise, well, time wise it depends. Can I tell you an exact time? Everything is just different for every people, every car, your type of skills and stuff. So for me to plug it in, plug the cables and stuff, it's easy. Anybody can do it. It's just the mounting the hardware. Like I explained, you know, I don't have all the screws and nuts in the world, so I recommend first mounting your ballast. After your ballast, mounting your relay down there in the positive, then doing your negative cables on each side, and then last but not least, remove your halogen bulbs, one on each side, one at a time. So work on one side first. After you're done switching the bulb to the HID bulb, then go to the second one, and then, you know, so on and so on. So that's the way I would recommend. That's the way I did it. I mounted all my stuff first. I did all the brackets. I'm not sure if I show you the little brackets that I have added, but that's the little bracket. Like I showed you at the beginning of the video, I only used 2 little screws and 2 nuts. I wasn't able to get the third one. So like I said, it's aftermarket. They're not perfect. So, but they're in there. They're holding the ballast with the zip tie too. So to make it quick and for you guys. I know you guys are out there trying to say, oh, finish, shut up, whatever. So put your ballast, then your relay harness, and then ride it out to the other side. After you do that, have the other ballast done too. You're done with the two ballasts, then you take one side of the ball valve, replace it with HID, do the same thing on the other side, and then plug your connections, and then test them out. So after you test it out, of course, just finish doing the zip tie. So like I said, you do all that, be done, do your last minute touches with the zip ties or whatever throughout the car, make sure everything's tight and neat, everything is secure in place, and you're done. So thanks again for watching. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and like us on Facebook, and let me know what you want to see next. Thanks again, guys.